Did you draw this thing incarnate?
Yes, I did.
Pretty good.
So, which was Unfind I was very excited about because it's a really long time like looking at like pre-made maps.
Yeah.
No dice. So.
There's also Wonder Draft, but it costs money. There's an actual program.
I'll go peek at it. This one, I did subscribe, but it was like $5 for the month or something. So.
Wonder Draft is either $20 or $30, I think, but it's an actual like drawing program. It's kind of the same thing. But...
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool.
I actually put on the perfect color nail polish for the autumn court.
Oh my god, nobody cares.
It's like
I care, Leah.
like a purple to burgundy to gold multichrome with hollow. It's gorgeous.
What is a multichrome?
If you have a webcam.
Multichrome is not a thing. That is not something that exists.
Yes, it is. Multichrome is where it shifts from like it shifts to like a greeny gold to
That's
purple
called a
to
gradient.
You mean multichromatic?
No, it's
multichrome.
Yeah, it's multichrome. It's a multichrome.
Like Optimus Prime has a nice fender.
Anyway, and it's got hollow as well. But anyway, it's
what is
super
hollow?
pretty. It's called holographic. It's got a linear holographic finish.
I think we've talked about this enough.
Anyway, it's called Space Jam. It's totally cute.
Cute.
I'll post a picture.
Is the
And yes, I did it while we were playing D&D.
Oh, because you're too good to take notes.
Mm-hmm.
Says the man who naps half the time.
Our notes are great. I like how I looked over at notes. It's the only notes that were entered, but all of Kega's forms. I was thinking, I should take some notes on this and look over the list of forms.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, it's totally pretty.
That's awesome.
I was going to stamp it, but then it was just so pretty. I decided not to. I was like, oh, no, I'll just leave it like it is.
Why do you still take pictures with the nail polish and tag them with your blog that you haven't updated in 2 years?
Because it's also my Instagram handle. And also, I mean, hopefully one day I'll be able to write again and I'll go and do reviews again.
I doubt it.
I mean, I super enjoyed it. I just kind of ran out of time and energy because of everything else.
I mean, you only do like 2 full-time jobs, no big deal.
MBD.
Yeah.
I think the only person who can give you flack is, Felix.
Yeah.
Because farmer.
Yeah, and not only that. I mean, farmer and a full-time job.
Yeah, farmer, full-time job, and then, he holds a baby while he D&Ds.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say.
I took Elijah to the biggest mall in Canada today on a holiday Saturday.
Why did you do
that? Oh my gosh.
Bold move, sir.
It was a mistake, but we had lots of fun. So.
That was a mistake.
Your microphone is not on.
Oh. Tough. Those nails are really pretty. I like that color.
Yeah,
Honey and I approve.
It's called Space Jam. It's so pretty. I got 2 other ones that came in that same box that I can't wait to wear either. Moonflower and Starburst. It was a space theme on that box.
That's super cute.
Which is just going to be enough to cause Tab to have an apoplexy.
I'm apparently not the one having it.
Whatever.
Jacobus disappears suddenly in the middle of the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys sit, enjoy your meal. A few patrons come and go, but it's pretty uneventful, and especially having been out in the wilderness for like a week at this point, it's really nice. You're able to sit and have a real proper meal. Nearly an hour passes. Before an enthusiastic, an hour passes after you begin eating, I should specify. Before an enthusiastic Respin returns and darts back into the tavern. She's wearing a wide smile as she waves a hand, beckoning at you to follow her. And she's like, hey, y'all, she's ready for you now. So, we should, she kind of hikes a thumb over towards the door.
Who's she?
Who's she?
Oh, the lady. She's ready. The council member. She's got everything like ready for. I mean, it's not
Does
really
she
my
have a
place to
name?
introduce her. Yes, her name is Renestray, Lady Renestray.
Okay.
Okay, I can write it down.
I'll spell it here.
Why? I've recorded it.
Not a substitute.
Yeah, we need to be able to read these.
I'm literally the only person taking notes.
I have
Those of
taken
you-
notes. See where I said wrote fan?
That's a sentence.
It's a note.
Listen. You know what? I am on note-taking strike. I'm gonna paint my
What?
nails.
What?
You know what? If you
Listen,
paint your nails, I'll write the notes.
I know that Casta has some pretty colors.
Because it is
I
horseshit.
do.
Good job, Tracy.
Listen, y'all. She's got everything ready. If you want to head over here, I'll show you where they're waiting for you.
Okay. Well, I guess we better go.
She starts heading out the
Who's-
door,
who's-
kind of looking
wait.
back over her shoulder to see if you follow.
Who's Lady Renestray again?
She was a
Yeah.
council member for the one to see us for the hunt, I guess.
Oh. Okay.
Okay,
Nice
so Rustin
knowing
starts
you.
heading to the
Is
door.
it wild spelled right or is it Y?
It's WILD. Normal
Is it
normal
spelled all
wild.
Celtic?
Wilde Hund?
The name of the game is to make you guys guess at names for the
Yeah.
next however many months. Okay, so do you guys
Yeah.
follow?
You nailed it. Perfect, Keg. That's my death metal band.
So Respin moves outside, heads down the stairs, and turns to see who accompanies.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to follow her.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Let's
It,
Is
did,
it
it,
down?
did Jacobus actually disappear?
I don't think that's how stealth
Jacobus?
works.
He's following.
Visibly?
She as you.
Because I could, if you didn't want to be seen, Jacob, I could arrange that. Although I don't know sure if they can see through it or not.
Should probably just be straight for people right now.
Yeah, I mean, probably. It'd be very bad if they actually spotted you not being seen.
So you guys head down the stairs. And as you come closer, she turns. She's like, "All right, so we're gonna go." And she kind of pauses and she looks you over for a moment. She's like, "Oh, well." She kind of begins to move through the group, and she begins kind of tugging at your clothes and like straightening your cuffs. Davi, she walks over and kind of like brushes your hair back from your face a little bit. She smooths your shirt.
I cast prestidigitation to clean up all my clothes. Perfectly nice.
She moves over to look at you, Leo, and she just she gives you an approving nod.
Can you do that?
look good, love.
I'm gonna motion to Leo. I'm gonna be like, can you do a little of that for me too? Because I do like to dress nicely, and can you do a little of that hand waving on my clothes too?
Are you asking him for drugs?
No, I'm asking him to cast prestidigitation on me.
You have to be able to pronounce it for him to cast it. It's one of the key components of the spell.
Prestidigitation.
Nope.
Whatever.
Moving over to you, Cog. She kind of,
Seriously,
um,
no.
I didn't say.
Oh,
You're.
You're cutting out.
You do it to me too, please.
I keep losing people on my.
around and I clean up everybody's clothes. I'm the laundry boy.
Thank you.
The big laundry boy.
So I'm the seamstress. I was doing all the mendings.
Yeah.
What a fabulous team.
okay.
Yeah, I want to
So-
look fabulous.
Leo, do you clean up everybody?
Except Cat.
Good.
So you clean up everyone except Cag. Rustin
What?
moves over to you, Cag.
I figured you'd be a bear or something. There's no point.
My bear fur would still like to be clean.
I mean, Can you fix that yourself?
Leo, show me some love, man.
I cast prestidigitation.
Yes.
Okay, I got two.
So
Make
you
a
clean
little
up
fire.
everybody. And Respin just kind of puts her hands on her hip. She's like, that is a really handy spell. I have to say, I'm very impressed.
Works good with food too.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, y'all, let's just head on over this way. And so with a jovial spring in her step, she leads you deeper into the city. You guys move up this way and across this bridge. You pass through. Oh man, I don't have my clicker. Hold on. There we go. Move up this way. You pass through the center of a commercial district, and you spot a number of businesses and merchants carrying on about their day. You see kind of a general store and a smith, and it does appear to be a very city proper. It looks like you'll be able to acquire the provisions that you would hope should you get the chance to shop here. You then head over another bridge towards a second kind of town commercial district. But this time, instead of going to the center, you actually kind of skirt the edge, keeping to the riverbank as you wander over down this way and past the largest building that you've encountered so far. It appears to be kind of like a castle or keep-like structure, and it's on the bank of a large lake. It has the same kind of architecture as everything else. This gray, solid stone that looks like it was kind of carved and woven out of the stone itself, and these large clay tile roofs. You do note that while it's largely a square structure, there are 4 spires on each of the walls, and the bottom platform appears to be largely open, kind of like a big courtyard underneath. But Respin doesn't pause here. She keeps going, heads down this way, across this bridge, Cog. Heading on down. She wanders west of this bridge, and as you cross, you catch sight. You catch sight of another large stone building. It resembles the luscious luxury in a lot of ways. It also has big stained glass windows, but these appear to have depictions of books and people reading under trees and those kinds of things. It also has a red tiled roof. The entry stairs that go up to the center.
Leo wanders off.
The entry stairs that go up the center are currently being flanked by 8 Eladrin on each side, and they're all looking in your direction, apparently anticipating your approach. On the stairs in the middle, there stands a single elegant, very Eladrin woman standing very properly, her hands clasped before her chin a little higher. And she looks first to Respin and then to the rest of you, evaluating you for a moment. Let me.
Hey, girl.
Standing there for a long, quiet moment
Down boy.
before looking to the group and saying, "So, here you are then. The Academy."
Yes, that's us.
Welcome.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We've heard quite a bit about you. Well, what we have gathered from Respin's report, as well as our own limited records that you provided. Would you like to come in?
Do we have a choice here?
Of course.
I'm not entirely sure of the purpose of this visit, but we don't want to cause any offense or anything.
Purpose. Our purpose, our hope is to support you in your continued pursuits for knowledge.
I'm all in favor of that.
He's
Wonderful.
glad
He
to
does
come and
really
find
like
things.
knowledge a lot.
Wonderful. Then, allow me to show you the space that we have prepared and see if it is to your liking. And she turns and she ascends the rest of the stairs and opens up one of the large wooden doorways, gesturing for you guys to enter. Please, after you.
I walk in.
Okay? Is everybody heading inside?
Me too.
Okay. So inside, it is, the same kind of ornate architecture. You have this wide open room in the center with these stone floors, and then a variety of rooms setting off to the side. There's actually nothing in them right now. You have, stone staircases that head up to a second floor, but it is unoccupied, unfurnished at the moment. She enters behind you, and kind of moves through the group and, kind of extends her arms to show the space. And she goes, This has long time served as a library. We weren't certain what devices or utilities you would require in order to continue your deeds and quests. So we haven't yet furnished it, but naturally anything that you need will be at the expense
Wait
of
a-
the crown.
Wait,
Mhm.
I'm
we haven't, honestly, we haven't met many people here. You're one of the first ones with any authority that we have met. What impression do you have of our quest being here?
So Respin has told us, Respin, who has remained outside, by the way,
Yeah.
Respin has told us of the academy, the plane travelers who have been going through the universe, discovering the origins of these demonic creatures, the ways that they're breaking in and sundering cities and rescuing the people from their midst. And as she has told you, and we are aware, you have been drawn here now, feeling the power of these beasts that are breaking through portals into our own plane. And she's told us that you've already dispensed of some on the outskirts, and we are so grateful to have such an educated and talented and legendary group here to assist us in our time of need, because unfortunately these aren't creatures that many of us have faced before, and we're not entirely, well, we have suspicions of who may be assisting them in coming here. We don't have a lot of experience in how to handle such a sudden and unfamiliar outbreak. So we would like to do everything that we can to support you both in your studies and in your quest to restore the order and balance.
Tiger's going to say nothing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of hang back a little and let Leo handle this one.
I'm
Leo's
gonna
just
do.
got class to everybody else. And like, well, first off, I think we need to. Obviously, our first order is that we obviously want to know what all the information you have on this, so we can compare notes and the like. And secondly, I think Respite may have overstated a little bit of our prowess and intentions. I don't want to blow her.
I mean, what does
She's an impressionable gnome.
I'm sorry. I don't know the customs where you come from, but I'm having difficulty keeping up with everyone at once.
I thought everybody else said they were quiet.
We're used to having these debates quite rambunctiously. I deeply apologize. I'm going to show some actual couth here and say, I'm going to say I do apologize. We have a tendency to break out into these sort of
We've traveled. We've
conversations.
spent the last week on the road, so my friends here are very tired.
I can't even imagine how fatigued you are, and knowing your mastery of the subject, I imagine you are impassioned by the discussion, and these are things that I do understand. I will admit, in the last council, when we were discussing the emergence of the demons, there was a bit of interrupting on our part as well. It does tend to happen at times, I understand.
But as I was saying, I think Respite may have overstated our prowess a little. While we came here, both pursued and in pursuit of demons, we don't actually travel by our own accord. Our presence in this plane was an accident.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over and thump Cag real hard on the back a couple of times.
She turns and looks at God. Are you ill?
Do you have a healer? I feel like my friend might be a little sick.
I think we just need
do.
some time to talk. It's been a really long trip.
Fine.
If I can say, if you please let me say,
Yes.
we came here unintentionally, and we would very much like to get home.
Oh,
But if there is a way
can we just
finish
huddle up
Okay,
real
well,
quick?
that is a possibility.
Just, all right.
And
What my friend is trying to say is, we came from our plane where we both hunted the demon and found our discovery in him, but our presence here was an accident.
right.
And while we're happy to help in any way we can with our knowledge and our expertise in the matter, our ultimate goal is to get back to our home where we have these same events happening and protect it.
Right,
Yes.
of course. Yes.
But if we can assist you in the
our
meantime,
grand
then that
expertise.
But I'm certain that we can come to some kind of understanding where we both benefit adequately from this arrangement.
I mean, we should ask ourselves, what would Rafferty do? Because I really
We
think
could
that at this
ask
point,
Rafferty to speak for himself.
I know. Could you
Guys,
speak up?
in front of the lady is not the time to have
Tag
a
me in.
debate.
Tag me in.
Tag
I'm-
you're it.
I'm afraid these inconsistencies are mildly distressing. She looks over towards Rafferty.
Everyone's real tired. I think people we just need to talk about what our plan is going forward. And it's been a lot very fast. We didn't realize the issue had gotten so bad here. So I really think
Very well.
a meeting amongst
there's no
ourselves-
inconsistencies. What you're saying is true. We have pursued these demons and we have fought them at several locations. And I mean, as you see, we're victorious. But I just want to make clear their ultimate goal eventually, once we have resolved what needs to be resolved here, is to make our way home so we can protect our own homeland, our own whatever.
All right. That is fair, I feel. So then it is true that you have faced the Demogorgon.
Yes.
If by face you
That
mean
is-
looked in its general direction.
You weren't there.
Rafferty,
You weren't
he was not
there.
there. Know nothing about it.
All right. Well, okay. This
We
is
did
this.
face a Demogorgon. Well, I didn't.
Yes.
I joined them later, but they've told me all about it.
This is a lot to take in. I will be forthcoming with you as well. The majority of the council is currently on a diplomatic visit to the Winter Court. They should be returning soon, and when they do, I am certain that they will want an audience with all of you in order to determine the next mode, how we will proceed from here. I was left behind as an emissary should you arrive while they were gone, which thankfully I was here. All right. Very well. And she kind of gestures to Cog. You were you Steve or Bob?
That is Bob. I'm
That's
Steve.
Bob.
Bob. Bob. I will go and see what I can find in the ways of medicine for your ailment.
Oh, thank
And perhaps take a few moments for myself to process and decompress as well. You are here under invitation of the Crown. Anything that you require, you may go to the city and tell them that it is by the Queen's grace that you receive the goods and everything will be covered. Yes,
Who is
think
your
I need-
expert in the matter? Do you have anybody overseeing your investigation into these abysses and demons?
The head of the Wild Hunt is actually the Wild Hunt has been dealing with these Euron, who is the head, has been sort of investigating and dealing with them. When they have gone out on business, they have encountered different strange occurrences across our landscape, but they are not things they normally deal in. We haven't really had a solid approach as of yet. I believe that he spoke with your friend Respin most recently when he went to tend to her need. He is who will be able to help you when the council returns. He is also in the Winter Court. He is who should be able to give you more concrete information as of the situation and its development. I tend to have more knowledge and influence of the occurrences on the coast and near the sea. So I'm afraid that we haven't had a whole lot of that in that region yet. But yes, he will. He will
spelling
definitely
check on
have.
you.
Okay, are you ready for this? It is IURNAN. You're on.
That's not pronounceable.
Blame the Scottish.
So, what the hell did you guys do?
Okay, we are now big time demony hunters.
We're in the court being very pleasantly welcomed.
You
Ren Astray is
guys
going to
let her
excuse
go
herself.
into a social situation on a holiday weekend where I couldn't be.
Well, you know,
I mean, Rafferty is shady as fuck, so we're not gonna have him speaking for anything.
Truth.
Who says I'm shady?
Really?
Everybody.
Your face.
I mean, we did figure. I mean, Earless does believe that you believe you know somebody. But other
Yes.
than that, that's
So
all
they
I-
did. By the way, says Neg, they did an insight check to see if he knows an archfey, and what they garnered was, at the very least, Rafferty fully believes that he has an in with an archfey. So
You can call it an in. Yeah, I know a guy.
Yeah. he appears to be
I know a
telling his
guy.
truth when
He's
he
a
says he
dick,
knows a
but,
guy.
I know him.
Where's he at?
Look, we'll get to that.
Awkward.
You shoulda-
Awkward.
You didn't check that with your insight roll, did you?
She critted that insight roll. She knows
Critted
what
insight
Earless
check.
did.
Davi will just smile at him.
All right. So
She's
This-
she's still here? Did she leave?
No, she left. You find yourselves
Thank God,
in the
because
middle
of
of
her.
this gigantic empty stone chamber.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
ours now. We live here now. Okay.
okay.
Yes, it's
so this is
yours.
really good. This is great. This is the best thing that's happened to us in this entire shitty.
That
Like-
somebody believes that we're better than we are. That is a first, and
Guys,
probably the best
guys.
thing that happened.
You told her you faced an archdemon, and while I'm not there, I have it on good authority that you literally looked at it.
That is facing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did make
That
it.
is more than anybody else in this court has done.
Yes,
That's just true.
we did not defeat it.
If watching Stranger Things has taught me anything, it is that the Demigorgon will F your shit up.
I am just going to point out that she did not ask us if we defeated the Demigorgon. She asked us if we faced it.
We
And-
faced it and we
did-
ran.
Well,
We
they
faced it in combat. We were in combat, but it faced us.
If I'm not mistaken, Cag's brilliant plan was to light a fire to signal a distraction 10 feet from where he was standing.
No, we started the distraction right where we wanted to go.
It was
was
a
great.
terrible plan. There were like 3 plans, and no one actually agreed on anything. And then we were like,
Every time I miss
Go.
a session, you guys just ruin everything.
Well, maybe that should be a clue. Don't miss it.
So, if we just kind of walk around this thing, is this like? Does it have like bedrooms? Is it just
Yes.
big open spaces?
So you guys get a lot of stay in what your keep will end up looking like. Doesn't have to be a keep. Your temporary residence, however long you decide to stay there. It is
We call it a
large.
keep. We live here now.
It's definitely mansion-esque. It's currently unfurnished, except for a lot of the offshoot rooms have a lot of bookshelves that are lined with books. It does appear to have, had kind of a library study-like feel.
I run off
but,
to
you
go
know-
claim a room.
Wait. We need to
Kegels
go
and
back
peas in the
to.
corner in our market.
We need to go back and at least pay the one lady for the one night, since we're not.
This place is not furnished. We're probably going to pay for more than one night.
Oh, okay. Is it not furnished? Okay. Well,
It is not
Probably a
furnished.
carpenter in town.
Yeah, we can buy anything on the Queen.
Yeah, we
Okay,
don't
well-
pay for anything.
Let's be reasonable. I mean, we don't want to get too carried away, because we don't know how much in debt that will put us, and as we have noticed, things
Our
don't
ultimate-
tend to come without strings around here.
No,
We
our ultimate goal is to
also
get
had
away
to
from
leave Dobby
here. So
behind.
until then, we need to just need to
No, we
You
lost
know.
tab.
get to know. Hello.
No, there you go.
Hello.
Yeah, I
You're
got you.
back.
Okay. Our ultimate goal is to leave this place, so we don't need to make it a luxury home here, but we can make ourselves
And
comfortable.
they know that, guys. We were honest and we told them. We told them that we're here trying to do this. She said, okay, you have a blank check. Go out and buy stuff and do stuff. So we're good. And they wanted experts on the demons.
Here,
We
here's
know
a-
a hell of a lot more than most of any of these people do. So we are that for them.
here's a question.
We've misrepresented anything.
Does anyone have a place like this back home?
Do not.
I have a cart. I had a cart. I think the cart is gone.
Okay, Casta, I'm gonna
Somebody killed my donkey.
Casta,
Yes.
I was here this whole
Yes.
time. What did
Yes.
we actually promise we were going to do? Because my character might
Nothing.
be freaking the F out that we appear to have been given a mansion and that shit just don't be given away for free.
We've promised to
You
gather
haven't-
information on the demons.
You haven't
have-
promised anything yet.
We didn't promise
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't
We
promise
said
anything.
we
Russ-
would compare notes on the demons, basically. That's all we
Yes,
told
Lady
her.
Ridistray did most of the talking. She said that Respin has given her the impression that you are a plane hopping academy of demonologists.
Pretty
who
close to
have
truth.
come- who have come to save the Feywild from their recent invasion, and she seems nothing short of grateful and indebted to you for the sacrifices and wisdom that you have come to bestow upon
If
her.
I had dropped the name Lear, would I have gotten anything cool out of that if I'd been here for this?
Yes. So if you want, okay, so backtracking just a little bit, what would he have said?
Well, I'm assuming she asked who the hell we were.
No, she
No.
just assumed. She didn't ask any questions.
I might mention that that Lear may have taken an interest in this group as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, we don't
So-
like that guy.
With mention of that, you would have watched her face go from, a little bit of a confused smile to a very clearly strained smile. And she would have said, "Oh,
Oh.
he hadn't mentioned. I will make sure to take that up with him." And then just kind of moved right past that statement. But
Well,
there's-
hey,
there's
at least now he's
definitely
going to know I'm here, so hey, we're good.
There was definitely an awkward tension, but she just kind of moved on by.
See, guys, I'm making things better. Put that on the record. That
I'm not sure
Okay,
that was the
was that
response that I
better?
just witnessed.
I mean, was that better? I mean, because I'm feeling like actually you made her a little uncomfortable with us. I'm just, I mean, just saying.
sometimes it's a little uncomfortable for you ease things in.
I'm getting the feeling here, Rafferty. We're alone now, right?
Yes, you are alone.
I'm getting the feeling here, Rafferty, that maybe you don't really know where this Archfey is.
Long, uncomfortable silence.
I don't know why
My
you would
character
have-
says that aloud.
Casta,
Wow.
Casta,
Yes.
what do you think it would take me to lie to her on a dice roll right now?
You would have to roll a deception check versus her insight check.
I am logging into Roll20 to make this roll. I
We're gonna
wasn't
make
even going to do
everybody's-
this, but you guys went all social.
Well, I mean,
Hey, I held off until you were here, okay?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We're going to have
It
words.
would
with
not
you.
have been fair to not do that.
Oh, we're in a ghastly place. Nice.
You are.
We're
We
in
are in
actual
a
First
nice
City.
place.
Right there.
We got
So
a nice little
we
town.
can label this house the Academy.
Okay,
All
I'm going to
right.
make this
Guys,
roll
I
here.
like this. This gives us a purpose, a goal. We have
Which
a
one is the
name.
academy?
We're the Academy now.
Where Jacobus and Cog are scaling the roof.
So remember how we were like, man,
Yeah,
we should
see
come up
them.
with a name for our group,
Yeah, we
And
picked
then-
a really bad one.
and then Leo
It's the worst roll
randomly
ever.
made one up, and now we're stuck with it.
All right.
I like it.
All right, honey. Hit the dice there.
Got an inside check on nine.
Roll.
Should we
another
mention
crit.
that Honey has like plus 15 wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay, honey.
Really low.
So, what are you saying to her, Rafferty?
I'm going to attempt to say that that he is precisely where he's meant to be, and I am generally aware of that.
I don't buy it.
Well,
Javi,
that's your problem.
He definitely there's definitely a bit of discomfort to his statement.
I don't think you know where he's at. I don't think you're being forthright with us. I don't think you're being honest with us, and that doesn't give me much comfort.
I may have, and so I'm gonna try to smooth this over now. Watch this. This is high charisma in effect.
Is it? Is it though?
It is not the little. You're gonna have to roll an attack for that burn spell. We rolled a 2 versus 5 on a d20. It's sad. It's not the nature of this place to necessarily know precisely where anyone is. Haven't you figured that out by now?
He's been saving that gem for a while.
The problem is we're not exactly from this place, so we like to know where people stand.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry,
standing right here.
Right, physically.
Well, that's neither here nor there. Let's decide what we're gonna do, because I'm sure that
We're gonna get books to fill this place up. This academy.
oh God.
Are you saying, Davi, are you saying that despite the risk I took to protect you from what could have been a deadly poison, that you just completely have no trust of me?
I mean, he did do that. I'm going to equivocate just a
I
little
like
bit.
how your Elmith has taken the role of the mediator.
Dobby is just going to stand there
No,
for a minute.
no.
She's going to look at him. She's going to just basically cross her arms and plant her feet and just say, time's going to tell.
Metagaming. Is it ironic that I attempted to save her from the truth?
I don't fear the truth.
That truth could have been like deadly poison. And are you going to put aside the aid I've given you the entire time I've traveled with you?
And I've given you just as much back, so
And have I not trusted
we're
you?
on level ground right now. But I'm watching.
Okay, well, so now that we are, everybody is watching everybody, we really need
Mexican standoff of insight checks.
I'm thinking that, I don't know that books are our first priority.
It's an academy. They're free.
Hey, Leah.
Yeah, yes.
You have an empty house to decorate now.
Oh my God, I know
gosh.
it. But how
Draw
long
floor
are we
plan.
gonna stay here?
7 sessions later.
How long are we planning to stay here?
Well,
not
so-
only that,
Until somebody sends us home, which might be a while.
I
So
don't know.
hold on.
I would also
Every-
like
every-
to point out. Hey,
I'm off trying to role play with Rafferty, and Leah, we'll just let her decorate. And it's like man.
So-
Full circle.
This takes me back to what we were saying before.
Wait.
I'm gonna kind of give the side eye at the
Hush.
Dragonborn making sounds at me.
I would like to say something.
Okay.
Respin said that we have been gone for a very long time. So this makes me think that time doesn't move exactly the same here as
Right.
it does other places. I don't think that it's been that long since we've left the Severance, but she
It's been
seemed
over a
to
week.
think a week is not long enough that she was so relieved to see us.
Well, somebody got us very lost.
We weren't very lost. We were not very lost. As Glip, Grick, whatever his name said, we were in the vicinity of the right way. We got thrown off track by the storm. I can hardly be faulted for that. And
What were you going to say, Kaganos?
Okay.
oh
So,
my God!
listen up.
Seriously?
So I feel like we've got a really good gig right now. I don't know, yes, everyone wants to get home, and that's been our driving force. But that began to be our driving force when we were slaves. We are now no longer slaves. We're not running from anything. Someone
I
just
will admit
wrote
that
us.
this place is better than anything we've found so far.
Yeah,
Someone just wrote us a blank check and gave us
quite
a
agree.
mansion. Hold pause on this let's get home stuff. This is pretty fucking badass.
I have a family I'd like to get back to. So, yeah,
Oh.
I want to get home.
Well, I mean, I don't have anybody left, but so I mean, it's neither here nor there for me, but certainly.
Well,
it's-
our goal was to earn the favor of somebody high and important, so we could ingrate
Well, I
ourselves.
think
that
that
seems to have happened, whether we wanted to or not.
I think earning the favor of the queen would be quite a high favor.
Yeah, I mean, we're a good way there. We seem to have earned our favor somehow by accident.
We just have to put
Well,
our money
perhaps
where
we
our
need
mouths
to
are.
earn.
Now it's just a matter of what they will expect from us to keep this up.
And I think we just need to learn and build this academy and build them some knowledge here. We can do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Can we agree that for the time being, we are in fact the academy, and we are here for the purpose of eradicating the demons?
Yes.
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 Because we weren't doing a very good job of that when Lady was here.
Yeah. Let's sell that image of like these
If
like
somebody
badass
stopped coughing
demon
over
hunters.
everybody else, and maybe we can talk
Oh,
about
no.
this to other
No,
people.
Well,
we were
no,
very
no,
dangerously
no,
close to
fair.
completely shattering that image.
Well, to
No.
be fair,
We just want to make clear that we were not.
very
I don't
hard
want the
to
queen to
come
believe that
from
we
it.
are somehow here to stay indefinitely, all of us.
Well,
That springing that on them in the middle of a conversation later is going to be much worse.
you know, we'll kill some demons, we'll recruit some people, we'll train them up. You know, Davi goes home or whatever. The rest of us can just live in our mansion. We'll turn our room into like a spa or something. It'll be fine.
Lord
is good.
Jacobus sounds great.
You guys are all going to die in your sleep to make him Lord Jacobus.
This is the
He
most
will
content I've
literally
been.
make you all into a bone throne.
I mean, seriously.
Is that possibility?
I mean, that was always on the table. I mean,
You guys,
just don't
you
know-
guys trust him without question. I see.
All right, but let's see.
Well, he's been with
So
us for a long time.
we are going to be here for a while. Let's all agree on that. This is a
sounds
pretty
very
comfy place to
likely.
be if we're going to be
I
here
think
for a while.
this is a cozy place. What
So our
time-
immediate plan is to outfit this place,
What
get
time
ourselves
is it?
equipped.
I have so many ideas.
Oh no.
I need a
We need
floor plan.
we need to find out when the wild hunt and other
I
council
wish you
members
guys.
return.
I wish I had a webcam now.
You're gonna kill Casa from you hear that giggling?
I need a floor plan. Do you have a floor plan of our academy?
You
We
can probably
don't
draw one
have
up
a floor
yourself.
plan. Yeah, I wanted to like give you guys, you know, like free reign to.
This
you know,
is gonna be the
this
topic
your,
of conversation
This is your
for the next
baby,
week.
Leah.
Right. So step
I
one
need
is
somebody
step
who's
one is equipment and outfitting. Step two is figuring out when all these other people
I
return and
could
finding this
use some more
Vernon.
useful clothes.
learning
Learning?
Lorden?
the head of the wild hunt.
Yearning.
Oh, yearning.
Yearning.
See what he knows about things, and we're gonna have to establish what expectations they have from us here. Because I mean, if they think we're some plane hopping people, that may set some higher demands.
Well, I mean, you've already established that our actual arrival here was not our intention.
Right.
Yeah, we clarified
But
that.
we clarified that. I mean, they should know that we didn't hop planes intentionally, but in our extensive demon hunting travels, we did end up here. So
The second issue I have is the last time we met a demon.
we killed it.
And
That's one way to put it.
Yeah,
We
we
eventually
survived.
defeated it. Is what I would call it.
Yes,
Is,
we were
is this
victorious.
something we want to make our permanent profession here? Because I don't know about you guys, but that didn't go so well.
I felt like
I mean,
it went
with
pretty
the-
well.
I think that it did go. I mean, we were victorious. None of us
Yes.
were harmed. I mean,
Now compare that guy to the one that came out of the water by the fish people.
I wasn't there for that one. So
I don't know what you're talking
I know
about.
she really wasn't with us, but would she not have seen that?
No.
Given where she was, she did not see it come out because she was actually being brought through the tunnels, and it wasn't.
Okay, it was
until-
bad.
Oh, but
That guy was
you
probably
did
about
see-
3 stories tall.
You
I believe.
did see the aftermath of Slubadop, though. You did see just the complete ruin and the massacre of bodies, and you're the only person that saw the city teeming with all of the demons spawn.
So now, if we're talking about doing little reconnaissance and fighting like the little big toad guy, I mean that might be a comfortable situation, but I assume that's not going to be where this ends.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
we'll,
but
we've
we'll
done well so far.
So we need to
Yes.
just establish some base perimeters for these people, know what they are actually looking for.
Well, I mean, we can only do what we can do.
Right,
mean-
but they've just written us a blank check based on what they think we can do, and when those expectations don't measure up to reality, that check might come due.
So listen,
Well-
if they give us something that we can't handle, we just run away.
You're right, there's several courts, we just go through them.
I'm going to. I'm going to look.
Exactly.
Burn the autumn court, how's the summer court sound?
Well, the summer court is the one missing their child. So, I mean, that is always a possibility.
Oh god. All right.
Can we just?
We have a. Did we get a key or anything?
No, you didn't. She took off a little flustered.
Well, this is like all these places have like big open doors and.
Yeah, I'm just worried if I'm gonna have a bedroom, I want to lock a keg.
I'd like to say, when we're having diplomatic negotiations, shut the hell up, people.
Well, yes, and I agree, but I honestly do think, Fee, I mean, all things considered, I mean, insisting that we just wanted to get home in that moment was probably not the most auspicious
Yes.
choice.
It's
Oh, we
better
just
to be
insisted we're gonna be
honest
home,
about
but we're
it.
gonna be clear and honest about our goals. So,
I know, but I mean,
We're like the soldiers and guards of this place. They will kill us in a heartbeat, let me tell you. So, better to be honest and just be upfront. Yeah, we'll help you, but our ultimate goal is to get home.
But let's keep
your
in mind that
goal.
less is more.
some of us ultimate goals.
Some
to
of
get home.
us.
So
I mean, I would just say, like I said, I mean, obviously, no, we didn't want to be untruthful since oath breaking is such a serious issue here, but we definitely, perhaps could have been a little less eager to get home.
no, I think it's important if you're starting a discussion and a deal, you need to be equal on equal sides. You can't go by somebody's hearsay what they think of us, because you don't know what Respin has told his people.
But this kind of debate does not belong in front of whoever we're.
That is
diplomatic negotiate
100%
with.
true.
Agree.
I 100% agree with that. I think that is something we should agree not to do in the future because
So we-
clearly nobody else understands this discourse.
So we probably
Rafferty.
need to agree ahead of time. Who is going
Rafferty.
to do the speaking?
Do we still have a
for
size
us
nag?
in these types
I'm
of
here.
situations?
Okay,
I
roll an Arcana check real quick.
okay.
Oh God.
I'm a
Everyone
little
free.
uncomfortable with electing a leader of the
Can-
group that will
can-
decide
can-
the rest of our fates.
Can Leo assist?
Hey,
This
I don't know
one,
what I'm
this
doing,
one's
so-
specifically for Rafferty. So,
Okay.
given your background, you've spent a good amount of time reading up on what you can about the Feywild. And as they're having this conversation about, we have to be careful what we say and this, that, and the other, you recall a bit of the workings of diplomacy in the Feywild. One of the Glet, one of the satyrs earlier, mentioned that unlike on the material plane, the people here don't lie. And to your understanding, that's true. No one in the Feywild out and out lies. However, there tends to be convenient bendings of the truth. So
I have
you-
RP'd that pretty well, I think, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're just, once again aware of the fact that so long as you guys don't outright lie to anyone, there's really, there's no malice that will be held
Who
here. You
really
just
knows
have to,
somebody's name?
You just have to kind of pick and choose the details that you choose to.
Should I share
impart.
this with this non-trusting group? I mean,
I think you should.
That's your choice.
I mean, we can always insight check him. I mean,
I think
perhaps-
Respin said something to that count too.
Yes, exactly.
so I'm going to choose to share it with the group because
Thank
I'm
you.
a trustworthy guy. So
I'm gonna just for the sake of putting everybody else's mind at ease, I'll try to insight check him when he tells us this.
you're going to roll a 1, and you're going to think
Probably.
I'm lying, and you're going to screw the whole group.
Well, I mean, maybe not.
And I'm actually here to do a contested roll with my persuasion. So
Yes.
yeah, so you better hope I roll higher than you because I'm busting some truth bombs. So about talking to the
Well, we'll
and I'm
see.
gonna air quote people around here. First, they will not lie to you in whole. They'll use creative interpretations and innuendo, but not outright lies. Second, you do not want to lie to them, ever. You can be creative, you can dance around the issue, but do not lie. It is not worth your lives. And frankly, I won't let it be worth mine.
I mean, nobody wanted to lie. I'm just going to say that right now.
I'm just giving you life advice. It's a pro-life tip.
I was just saying.
Pro-life tip.
I was just saying that perhaps we shouldn't be so forthcoming with all of the details of our life.
You better roll low on that insight if you're going to roll it.
Oh well. Okay.
I just think
No,
we should have, just because this was a big decision, big situation, just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page
That's probably
before
gonna
we
be low.
committed one way or another.
Yeah.
I persuaded the hell out of you, Leah. You trust me.
You
now.
believe in
And also, we cannot go into diplomacy with these people and tell them, wait a minute, and go to another room and huddle up as.
Actually,
that's something.
That's pretty normal here. I mean, sometimes the creative interpretations take a little bit of work. It's harder to tell a lie that is mostly a truth than it is to tell a lie.
Yeah, but she was not offering the deal or anything. She was making us feel welcome.
And you thought the people at the trading post were making you feel welcome before you almost put your names in those books.
Say what?
Weren't several of you about to make some terrible deals at the trading post?
the
No.
court
That
hopping.
is quite true. I mean, we did put in quite a large order before we found out that.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was a request. That was not a deal. Nor did it have our names included.
So right around this time, you guys hear a rapping at the front door once more.
Oh dear.
Bob will get that.
Bob.
Bob.
Mhm.
See, it's not a lie if he actually starts going by Bob. So
Bob. Steve would like.
It's more of
you
a
to open
title.
the door.
Is Kega falling asleep again?
No,
Bob, are you with us?
I just didn't respond to Bob because I have no mental attachment to it at all.
No. You better get used to it, Bob.
Nobody answers the door. I'll answer the door, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I like.
You open the door, and there stands Lady Renestray. She has in her hand just kind of cupped this little cup of tea, and she's like, I'm afraid that no one quite knew what to offer, but I did bring tea with honey
Oh,
For-
for my
for-
throat. For my.
Bob,
Oh,
for Bob.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Well, it's very appreciated. Bob,
That is very kind of you.
drink your tea.
what happened to
realize,
his throat, guys?
Well, he was feeling a little under the weather.
I realize that you are not quite ready to host guests, but would it be too much of a an imposition if I came in?
Oh, not at all. Come in.
No, of
Well,
We
course.
just,
And she
we
steps
were just
inside.
discussing what a great honor you paid us by letting us stay here.
Really, the honor is ours. We're very grateful for the timing of your arrival. I'm not sure how long it will be until the rest of the council returns. It shouldn't be more than a day or two, but I wanted to know if there was anything else that I could offer you in the time being, just to make sure that your stay is comfortable.
Furnishing.
I mean, do we?
I mean, you already gave us the use of your merchants and stuff, and I assume there's somebody
Yes.
that would be able to furnish some basic furniture and the like
Yes.
here in town.
Yes, there absolutely is. If you were looking for a carpenter, I would recommend the Lord's Delight. It's actually the last town center that you came from. There is a wonderful young man there who makes exquisite furniture that will be to your taste.
All right. And other than that, besides discussing what it is exactly what we can do for you and you for us here, but which I assume we have to wait for your other.
Yes.
Is this Yernan you were talking about? Is he in town or is he also away?
No, he is also at the court, I'm afraid, at the Winter Court. I will also, when her eyes kind of move to Rafferty, be writing to Lear to see what information he may have to offer. He has not been to court in quite some time, so we will see what he might be holding out on. She offers kind of another strained smile.
Yeah.
So, are there any other libraries in town or any place where we could compare, just to start checking notes on what you guys actually have or understand about the demons?
When it comes to studies of the Arcana, there is a mage tower in the eastern part of the city, though our discussions with them have not proven very fruitful. They are very well knowledged on the material realms, the Shadowfell, the Feywild, and our connections with the gods, Coralon. But when it comes to the Abyss, this is simply not something that we've encountered in the past. So you are welcome to discuss with them, but I'm afraid that everything that we have, everything that we could gather, even vague references we've already established for you here in the library, with hopes that I'm certain that our resources are much more limited than the knowledge you have acquired, but this is what we have to offer.
We're obviously from this plane.
Yes.
Is it common? I mean, since you have this influx now from the Abyss, has there been an influx from anywhere else? Other planes that you can tell?
I am aware that the Wild Hunt has been coming across a peculiar number of orcs in the region. No large numbers as of yet. It appears to be spattering scouting parties of about 5 to 6. How many encounters they've had, I'm afraid that I don't know. As I stated previously,
has they seen orcs been hostile? Is that something?
They have. They have actually assaulted a couple of the nearby villages, and that's why the hunt was called out. The hunt has been seeking the source. They have not yet discovered one, to my knowledge, at least as of the last council meeting. But those would be questions better set for your nun. He should be able to offer everything that he knows on those matters.
Interesting.
If there have been any along the coast, Lear has not let me know, but communication is strained with one so frequently at sea, as I'm sure you understand.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate your hospitality and everything you've done here.
And
yes. Any goods you require, you should be able to find in town. I realize that you have not been set up with a proper kitchen or staff yet. I will make sure to have some, food sent down from the manor in the meantime, just to make sure that you are well accommodated. And once you decide,
don't trouble yourself. I mean, we can
truly.
lodge.
Truly, you are honored guests of the court. We would offer nothing less. And once you have decided if there's, what size of staff you will require, what jobs you would like them to be specialized in, if there's any special training that we need to make sure that they attend, please let us know. You are welcome to send a missive with a list of your requirements, and we will do everything that we can to accommodate you.
Oh, I had one question actually. We arrived here
Yes.
with the proprietors of the Scapegoat. You might be aware of them.
Yes, I am.
We had
indeed.
to have their help to enter into town at all because the arch wouldn't let us through. Is that something we're going to run into issues with in the future?
That is actually, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. I will bring that up with the Mage Tower and make sure that you are put on the list of residents of the Autumn Court.
I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Good. In
Thank you.
case we should have to venture out on any excursion to get evidence of these creatures or
Right?
perhaps face them, then we definitely need to be able to come and go.
Yes.
On that note as well, is there your landscape seems kind of peculiar to us. Is there a map or the like of the surroundings, or this seems very hard to get a kind of a grasp for us on the landscape?
The nature of the Feywild, to my understanding, as compared to your realm, is much more malleable. There are certain key points that remain static. Those we have a general map. There is an enchanted map in the mansion that shows the wandering civilizations as they shift. For example, the Treants, they frequently like to move, depending upon the weather. But if you would like, I can acquire a more mundane parchment for you that notes the more static civilizations, or, after meeting with the council and gaining the Queen's blessing, you will, of course, be welcome into the manor if you would like to reference her map, which is a more accurate depiction, at least of the Unseelie court. The Seelie Fae are not very keen on us knowing their whereabouts and business.
Well, that can be.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that we're on
Logical.
the Unseelie side, y'all. Okay.
Casta,
Okay,
do I have
yes.
any idea which side of this divide I fall on here? You don't have to tell the others, but
Roll an Arcana check for me.
you would make me do something I only have a 3 in. Okay. Let's crit a roll, guys, if I ever needed to crit a roll.
Let's go. Do you even crit?
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
It's pretty good. Pretty good for only 3. It's
better than expected.
So, right. Yes.
Also, modes of transportation. I don't know if you have quite a few rivers and stuff here. I don't know if that's something you can travel if you need to, or
Yes, that is a frequent mode of transportation for us. The Wild Hunt also has a very full stable. If you are needing to go somewhere by land, then we can easily accommodate you with steeds. Should you need to bring a number of supplies with you, we will help you to acquire a wagon. Truly, you have the resources of the kingdom available.
last thing on that note as well. We obviously the maps and all would help, but if we desperately would need to, is there a guide or the like we could acquire or
We
borrow
can
from Wild
absolutely.
Hunt, perhaps?
Depending upon where you're going, we will make sure to have someone assist you who knows the region best. The Wild Hunt tends to have the best scope, I would say, of the landscape. They tend to keep tabs on who's going where, but most certainly, it should someone else have a better expertise, then we will definitely make sure that is accommodated.
Well, that's quite useful,
Well,
actually.
Very hospitable of you.
Well, truly, we consider ourselves in your debt. We are extremely grateful for this opportunity to work with you at our side.
Well,
We're glad to provide all the information that we can.
certainly, we really look forward to knowing what y'all have found out and sharing what we know and
Trying to,
come
you know,
together.
help.
We will help however we can, obviously.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure
And
that
I'm
you
sure
will-
some sort of arrangement can be discussed at a later
Yes.
point as far as end goals and such.
No, absolutely. I am, as I've stated, I am but one member of the council. I apologize that I cannot work out more of those details at the moment, but I assure you that meeting with you and beginning this process is the Queen's top priority upon her return.
Okay.
And she will be able to fine tune any of the details that you would wish to extrapolate on.
Okay.
Certainly.
So about what time of day would this be for us right now?
It has been about 5 hours since you woke up.
Early afternoon.
It doesn't seem like the sun moves, so it's just kind of.
No.
Does it
Like
actually
this
go
all
down
the
at any
time.
point, or is it just the same
Nope.
all
Nope,
24/7?
it's twilight. It's twilight all the time.
That would really mess with your sleep.
Well, I mean, we just would have to get, some dark.
Blackout. Let's put that on the list.
Yeah, dark
You're like-
curtains for the.
Yurlith, roll a nature check.
All right. Where's my little thingy? Nature. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you have noticed is that the sun appears to always be in the same position in the sky off on the quote unquote eastern horizon, as you've kind of begun to refer to it. As you have moved further west towards the autumn court, you have noticed that the light levels have gotten a little lower. It appears almost like the further west you go, it gets a little bit darker. The further east you go, it gets a little bit brighter, but the sun never moves. So
Okay.
the change has been very subtle and gradual.
Okay.
And off on the western horizon, very off in the distance, you can see a darker sky and the moon. So,
Okay. So, all right, and I'll share my my observations with the team in case they are interested at all. But I just wanted to get an idea of what we're going to do next.
Yeah, well,
I think we should secure some things for the house and get ourselves.
first we should see off our visitor here.
Yeah.
Brenda
Well,
Stray
yeah.
looks at you and she's like, I understand you have much to attend to. I don't mean to keep you. Should I be able to
You're
assist
not a
in?
bother at all.
Thank you.
No. In
should
fact,
you-
it's been quite lovely meeting you.
It's been the highlight of some time for me to have the honor of greeting you as well. I am very honored to have been able to stay behind and hold this position, into what I'm sure will be a very exciting new era for both of us.
I didn't get a chance to ask earlier, but I gather you have some involvement with Wild Hunt on yourself. But what exactly is your responsibilities around here?
My title is the Lady of the North. My family for some time has kept guard over the northern coastland. My husband is actually the one who tends to most of those matters, whereas I stay here and bring in the information and represent to the council what is occurring on our northern border.
Have you had your own problems up in the north from the
Not
events?
to my knowledge, but Lord Lear does not tend to converse with me as regularly as one might hope.
Oh my God. OMG.
So,
Well, that is a shame.
I'm gonna look at Rafferty.
Yeah, Dobby's just gonna look at Rafferty.
I gather what information I can from those in his servitude, but it is a little like piecing together a puzzle designed by a toddler. It's a charming experience, but that is neither here nor there.
We only do as good as we can.
Oh, don't we? I do converse periodically with the Wild Hunt, but they tend to manage the forest. My interests tend to be more at sea. But to my knowledge, there have not yet been any demon sightings along the coast. But given that most of it is ocean, I imagine that would be harder to come by. Though I am not the experts, you are the demonologists, and
Well, should you hear something, we'd be interested in knowing about it, of course.
absolutely, you will be the first to know.
I appreciate that.
I know you have things to do. I don't mean to keep you. Should there be any way I can assist you, please send word to the mansion. I will come as quickly as I'm able.
Well, likewise.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. She dips her head and heads back out once more.
Okay. Oh, did you ask about a key, Leo? No, he did not. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, he did not ask about a key.
And she's gone.
Okay. I think he might be frozen. Anyway,
Oh.
I'm going to go back to looking at Rafferty again because she just
There.
So
the dude you mentioned is her husband.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Why did you
it's
drop
right.
that? Why do you drop that when I'm away from the computer for a second? Can we time warp that?
Okay.
no, it was all,
So,
it was
I
all the
believe-
best
Yes,
kinds
I
of awkward
did.
without you there.
Because it was really great. Because Davi and Earlith both turned and stared at you the whole time. Because she didn't out and out say it, but she implied it quite heavily.
She so they were inquiring as to her involvement with the wild hunt, and she said that she doesn't deal with the forest, she deals with the sea. She says that her title is the Lady of the North, and she guards the northern bordering coast. She said that she tends to deal with the political matters and deliver information to the council, whereas her husband deals with the more military and active side. And she said, but as far as demon insurgents and activity up there, she says, I'm afraid that I haven't heard very much because Lord Lear doesn't tend to be as forthcoming with information as one might expect.
Of course, she's married
Yeah.
to him. And you're
So
the
I'm gonna.
name
Yeah, I would have
drop
said.
to his wife.
I'd say that's been my experience as well.
And she'll kind of look at you with that same strained smile, and she'll be like, well, perhaps we have a common ground then. So,
Perhaps, yeah.
and once, carry on with the rest.
Yeah.
Head on out.
Yeah.
So,
Me seriously. If we didn't have bad luck, we wouldn't have any luck at all. It's the most
I think
ridiculous.
it broke Leah.
Like, what the hell?
So when we come back next week,
Yes.
Leah's going to have the floor plan all laid out. She's going to have
Yeah.
it completely decorated, furniture all bought, and it's going to look,
Drawn up concept art.
Fantastic.
No, I need somebody who is actually artistic to do a floor plan. We
Yeah,
have
we don't
plenty
have
of
any of those.
rooms.
I'm
We have
autistic. Does that
Yeah,
count?
you have plenty of rooms.
Plenty of rooms.
There's a lot of room to play with here.
we just
And-
got our Castle Grayskull.
Yay. But
There
it's the
should be enough to
academy.
have. Everybody has their own rooms for activities.
Okay,
Not
this
those
big,
kinds of activities,
this big
got it.
house up here, was that the council chamber or something?
Yes, this is where the queen resides, and where Lady. I need to make a better list of names. Lady Renestray
Council
says she lives.
mansion, we'll call that. That sounds accurate to me.
So next week you get to figure out what you're gonna do.
Be badass
Sounds
demon
like a-
hunters is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I
right.
like this, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. I found it
We're
kind of
gonna be mediocre demon hunters. Let's be real.
right now.
You might be a
Right
mediocre demon
now.
hunter.
Tag, I'm with you. Okay, Spider.
I am
We're
too.
in.
I'm in because I like a good adventure.
50% of demon encounters you all want to run away from.
That is untrue.
So
I have
badass. I don't know. It really applies.
I
That
have
is a
not-
strategy, okay?
That was
I have
before we were
not-
demon hunters.
Okay. now it's our job, so now we're not going to run away.
I have not attempted to run away from a single fight. I would just like to put that.
We got those bramble things, and the first thing you said, should we run away from this?
Yeah, I had to make you guys stay. Look, we're not going to get any XP if we don't stay.
I'm trying to keep you all from dying.
But
I love you guys.
Earless would not run away from a fight. She is in this for the adventure. She has no other goal in mind.
You know what? I just realized we completely breezed over Jacobus's 7 consecutive Constitution saving throws during his long rest.
Oh!
Go on and roll them
A
now.
lot of them. Come on,
Go
knock
on
'em
and
out.
roll them.
All those Constitution throws.
So did we figure anything out about this?
We don't know about
Unfortunately, the visible aspect has not yet
Does he
had
feel
another
bad?
opportunity. No, he doesn't.
Does he
He's
have
been
a
doing really well.
cough?
Okay.
Stomach ache?
It hasn't manifested in a while.
Blurry vision?
Roll your heart out there.
These are a lot of fails.
He's going to fail a couple times and then, like, well, Jacobus is dead.
Oh dear.
Next time Felix rolls any Constitution save, it's going to be like a DC 35.
Okay.
That's 6. Hey, you saved one.
Okay. Let me math.
Bless God.
Is Jacob still alive? Have you done all this with Jacob's ghost?
That's why his
Okay.
stealth roll worked so well.
Yeah. That's why he just disappeared.
What we don't know, guys, is we see dead people.
No.
Oh.
The ultimate twist.
Okay. Actually, in the middle of your trip, not unbeknownst to you, Jacobus, you're cured.
Oh.
So the whole thing was a shaggy dog.
Oh dear
So-
God, I want to know what it was.
I do too.
So-
What the hell?
Cracked it out
Periodically,
at some point.
at the end of battle, you would find yourself overcome with fits of laughter. And that was based
Hey, you
upon
did that
the
one time.
fluctuating. You did it at gosh, when was it? You did it one time.
Did it at the Brambles,
Oh.
I know.
You did it in the when you guys were discussing the situation in the inn with the dwarves, and then you did it at the Brambles. It was based upon the level of stress of the situation and Constitution saving throws, and so that was your only real clue that something was awry. Otherwise, you had the potential of failing a whole lot and ending up with, quote, a permanent degree of madness. So congratulations, you dodged that bullet.
I
Kind of
mean,
would have been fun
I mean,
too.
I mean, a permanent
we
degree of
think.
madness would probably have not been noticed by us, as the laughter has not been noticed by us.
As the cannibalism has been taken as normal. so
We're not too good at noticing things.
there would have been a chart that we could have rolled from, and, thanks out of the abyss, that would have been a whole lot of fun. So,
I mean, you know.
so anyway.
I'm really curious as to what some of those forms of madness are. I'm pretty sure Caster won't
Oh,
tell
it's
us.
crazy. Hold on.
Oh, she's going to tell us.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Hold on.
I gave Tiny my Amazon phone, my old one. And every now and then when we were playing this, he was in the bedroom and I just got an email from Amazon. You have purchased a new app.
Okay, let's see. Indefinite madness includes things like being drunk keeps me sane. I keep whatever I find. I try to become more like someone else I know, adopting his or her style of dress, mannerisms, and name.
Oh my
Oh,
God, I would have loved that so much.
opportunity lost.
He could have been the permanent drunk one, and he could have been with Davi.
This is true.
Or he
Wait,
could have been a
no.
perfect
Can
copy
Can we roll
of
an inside
me.
check on Davi? Make sure she didn't get this.
He could have started dressing and acting like Rafferty, and it would have been hilarious.
Stop copying me.
Let's see. I'm the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person I know, so Cog might also be afflicted.
I mean, that's
I
probably
think he's
Jason's
already
problem.
got that.
I mean, we already
And-
know that
And
he has that problem.
I've discovered that I really like killing people, which Jacobus might already have, so there you go.
I was
Oh
gonna
my
say, I
God,
think he's
we're
got a
actually
lot of
all
those
crazy.
already.
Jacobus has like 3 out of these already.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
yeah, seriously. God, that would have been so much fun.
What would have been ridiculous was when all of this went to pass, and then one day I just have to PM Felix and be like, by the way, you're crazy now. And he's like, what?
He would have had fun with it.
Oh yeah, he
would
would have totally loved it.
By permanent, you mean not curable?
Well, it's called
Is there a fix for
indefinite madness.
That sounds not curable.
Is there like a greater restoration or
Let's
something
see.
that would fix that at least?
I don't know. Let's see if you can cure indefinite madness.
It's just it. Like,
Y'all have to excuse my ice crunching.
no, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
Just because you say that doesn't mean we have to excuse it.
Yes.
I'm
well,
sorry I stabbed you. You're gonna have to excuse me.
Okay, let Casta talk.
You have to have greater restoration to get rid of indefinite madness. So it's
Okay.
fixable.
Say,
I mean,
in
but
like
we
4
have
levels.
lesser restoration on me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lesser restoration can suppress it.
well, I was gonna say, I mean, would we have really even noticed any difference? I mean, unless he'd like really started taking on our mannerisms or something like
If you
that.
started walking around
Don't
naked,
give me
you'd
that
stick around.
steak face, Felix.
I love that face.
I mean, seriously though, I mean,
If he started hanging around Kega and waving his dick around.
Jack. Well, yeah, that would have been a real
Yeah, if
clue.
he started mimicking Kaga, we would have known.
Yeah, that would have been alarming.
We were just hidden besties forever. If he
That
got
would've
like
been
like
highly
the madness where
alarming.
he murders people, no one would notice.
No.
No.
That's
No,
why
to stab
and
people. Oh,
we wouldn't have noticed
that's
that.
Jacob.
he
Yeah,
has
we'd have
redeeming
been like-
qualities.
You take the
Every
good with the
now
bad.
and then, he has to blow off some steam. I mean, you know.
I mean,
I kept
you eat
wanting.
one orc, and it just like
I kept wanting to cast Lesser Restoration on him, but it was like I don't have any reason to. So that's why I
Start
searched
randomly
logs
casting it
for-
on everyone just
Yeah.
in case.
You still
So-
don't know. Nobody knew this happened.
The moral of the story is anytime something weird happens like that, we need to log it in the log. Jackie started laughing. No random reason. No
He
apparent
never
reason.
yeah, if there's
Miles,
no
so
reason.
confused.
I like how half our notes is just Kega's shapes. Can we not have that in the notes?
Where else would I put it?
Your notes? I don't know.
These are my
Oh
notes.
my lord.
Your character sheet?
Oh my lord.
I guess I could put it on my character sheet.
All right.
Good. All right.
So I have to go hide eggs.
yeah.
Yeah.
You do, so.
Right now? Can we do it in the
Yeah,
morning?
dude, you want to get up at 5?
No, you just tell the kids, hold the fuck on. The Easter Bunny's still outside. Chill out here. Let me
No.
go check on him.
No, you cannot do
Good.
that because
So-
inevitably you'll get caught.
So actually, the middle one today, who had the Easter Bunny come to his school, told Liam, who already is, beyond all that. He's like, the Easter Bunny is actually just a guy in a suit. So apparently he thinks he's like Santa, but he's a guy in a bunny suit that like hides your eggs. I don't know. He totally buys it, so we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, just hold on. But
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, I totally need like once we do start gathering things for the house, I need that scale decorating kit because I'm totally on with that, Davi.
How many floors is the house?
We'll say 2 floors and a basement.
So Kag, you need to find us a program that does plans and like little
AutoCAD.
furniture layouts and stuff.
Not AutoCAD for crying out loud. Jesus.
Let's
Listen,
be
you want the
serious about
best?
We'll go on like the Home Depot page and get their home decorate our D&D house.
Having 90s flashbacks.
You could probably use like Google SketchUp.
I don't know. We'll figure it out over the
I'll
week.
look too.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody can,
You
knock
know,
together-
Casta's doing it. It's a
Oh,
30 sessions. Now she's gonna burn this place down.
Oh no, I have the greatest idea. What we do is we have Tab put back up Stormhaven and we go and we build it in Stormhaven.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that's smart.
or
And
we
Leah-
can just use one of the houses in Haven and decorate it to the way
We
we
have a
want.
blast.
It needs to
Yes,
be enough for
100%.
6 people plus bonus rooms for like.
I know that you've got to have something on Green Acres for that, right?
So I just want to
Have special
apologize.
house.
I just want to
Oh, we do have-
apologize to Casta, who put all that effort into putting my character's shit into the story, and then like I was AFK like every time.
At least you got it. You got it. You were always back. Yeah, you were able to get it in because you were always back right at the.
That's what she said, but yeah.
It's life D&Ding as an adult. I totally get it. I'm in the middle of sentences and then a kid walks in. I'm like, go to your daddy. Go to your daddy. So that's just how it goes.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, all right. So, yes, I'm not good at the building thing, but the decorating thing, I am all on board. And then if we're decorating on Stormhaven, I can like have all of free reign.
God.
You can have anything.
I
can
know.
build
I'm
it.
so excited.
If you oh god.
Are we gonna like put Stormhaven up and let her decorate the keep?
Yes, that's right.
That's apparently the idea.
Apparently, Tab has been volunteered.
It was Honey's idea.
I'll launch it. You all figure out how to log in.
It was not even my idea. It was Honey's. So
I'm most excited. I'm most excited about not spending the week looking for like floor plans of keeps. So
yes, but Honey will build us something, and then I will decorate it. And I just need everybody to send me like a little what your character style kind of is, and that would be great. Okay.
You already know mine.
Yeah,
He gets a dirt pile he can roll around.
Yeah, he gets the stables.
Well, I mean, I'm figuring that
It's a
since this is
zoo.
I'm figuring that since this is the Feywild, that it can be a little bit more
Weird.
Fantasy.
fantasy-ish in nature,
yeah,
right?
it's
Like
high magic
so-
setting.
So I
Yes.
could, Cag's room could like totally have, tree branches and shit. It could be so great. I'm so excited.
yeah, there is. If you have any like, most things are going to be
Did you do
go.
this
Leah.
just for Leah?
I'm sorry, what's that?
I thought she would like it. I think that your imagination is the limit. If you have any question, you're like, well, is that too far? I mean, you can shoot me a PM, but I think you're going to have a hard time finding that limit. Like Cog said, it's definitely like high fantasy, enchantment, everything's pretty go.
Put in a library full of spell scrolls.
Yes, I'll make sure to do a library. Don't worry. Oh, I'm so excited.
Spell scrolls specifically. All the spell scrolls.
I'm so excited. Okay. Okie dokie. I've got to go.
Yep, I gotta go do that thing.
Yeah, us too.
All right.
Awesome. All right.
Night.
I'm so excited. All right. I love y'all. I'll
All
talk
right.
to you later.
Yeah.
All right,
Bye.
bye guys.
Night.